everyone, and welcome to another fabulous episode of How Many Tabs Are Open on Mr. Johnson's Computer? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I think 11. There's a bunch hiding. We'll not talk about those, though. And we're doing some conversions today. So it looks like a quiz. It's a pre-quiz. Your real quiz about this is tomorrow. So this one is I'm going to walk you through and show you how to kind of calculate these using your star reference materials, or we can use the chart from yesterday's assignment as well. So I have those open, and we're going to go through and take a look at all of these. So remember, your two main things that you're learning this week is the customary measurement system and the metric measurement system. Remember, customary is like America and Liberia and Myanmar, and then the metric system is every other country in the whole entire world. So everybody uses the metric system but us, but US, and Liberia and Myanmar. All right, so first things first, it's really easy to tell if you're dealing with metric or if you're dealing with customary. Basically, all metric are going to be either meter, liter, or gram. All right. So if it's meter, liter, gram, meter, liter, gram, meter, liter, gram, it's metric. All right. Remember, everything is going to be just like a different version. These are your base. All right. Your bases: meter, liter, gram. You can have a kilometer. You can have a centimeter. You can have a millimeter. All right. You can have a milliliter. You can have a milligram, a kilogram. But all measurements: meter is length, liter is volume, and gram is weight or mass. All right. So, customary, you have a lot of different terms: ounces, pounds, fluid ounces, cups, pints, quarts, gallons, inches, feet, yards, and miles. Oh, and tons. So, you have a lot of different terms, but remember, metric system, meter, liter, gram. So, that's the easiest way to remember. Also, metric system uses base 10, right? So you're only multiplying by 1,000, 100, or 10. All right, so all of your conversions have to do with multiplying by 1,000, 100, or 10, or dividing by 1,000, 100, or 10. And then the customary system, you have a bunch of different ways to remember. Use your cheat sheet. Remember, you will get the same cheat sheet in 6th grade. You'll get the same cheat sheet in 7th grade. But by 8th grade, it disappears. So by 8th grade, you should know all of your measurement conversions, all right? But for now, use the cheat sheet. Okay, so first question. Kristen drinks 0 and 5/10 liter of orange juice with breakfast. Talking about liter, it's metric system. Yay. um, with breakfast each day for 15 days. How many milliliters? They spelled that wrong. That says milliliters. I'll try and change that. Milliliters of orange juice does Kristen drink during the 15 days? All right, so the first thing that we have to do is we have to figure out how many liters of orange juice she drank. So she drinks half a liter or 5/10 of a liter with breakfast each day for 15 days. So first we're going to find out how many liters of orange juice she drinks in total. So 5 times 5, 25. 5 times 0 is 0 plus 2, 2. Second line, ones place 0. Don't forget, we're about to do star review. Multiplication is important. 1 times 5, 1 times 0. All right, we're going to add that together. And then there's one decimal place in your entire problem, so we're going to have one decimal place in our entire answer. So it looks like she drinks 7 and 5/10 liters of orange juice in 15 days. Now it's saying how many milliliters. Milliliters is what they mean, milliliters of orange juice. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at our star cheat sheet. 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. All right, so 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So that means that 7 liters equals 7,000 milliliters, and a 5/10 liter equals 500. But I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so let's look at our little sheet from yesterday. If I'm going from the original unit and I'm trying to get to milli, what I need to do is I need to divide, or I need to multiply am I trying to get to? Hold on. I forgot already. We're dealing with liters and we're trying to get to milliliters. All right, so we're dealing with liters, the normal unit, liter, and we're trying to get to milliliters. So what I'm going to do is I need to actually multiply. All right, so I need to multiply my liters times 1,000. All right, because if I look over here at my 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So to turn 1 into 1,000, I'm going to multiply by 1,000. So let's check out the zeros trick. All right, the zeros trick can kind of help us on this one. All right, remember that if we're multiplying times 1,000, cover up the zeros. 7 and 5/10 times 1 is 7 and 5/10. And then there were 3 zeros. So we're going to move the decimal 3 places. So now we're looking at 7,500. All right. So when we're looking at this, if we are trying to figure out, you're going from liters to milliliters. That's 1,000 parts of the whole. So, and then if we're looking at our star cheat sheet, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters. So to get, let me see if this, it disappeared. I thought I was going to be able to write on here. Okay, but if we're going to draw like an arrow from 1 liter, like on your star cheat sheet, you could kind of give yourself a tip like this. So like draw the arrow from 1 liter to 1 milliliter, or 1,000 milliliters. Remember, to get from 1 to 1,000, you multiply by 1,000, right? So when we go back to this question, it's saying how many milliliters of orange juice does Kristen drink during the 15 days? If she drank 7 and 5/10 liters and 1 liter is 1,000, we could already eliminate some bad answers, right? If 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters, according to our star cheat sheet, 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters, then that means 7 liters is going to be at least 7,000. So 15,000 is too big, 750 is too small, 500 is too small. So the best answer that I have is 7,500 because 5/10 times 15 was 7.5, or 7 and 5/10. So she drank 7 and 5/10 liters. And then when I look at my star cheat sheet, 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, so 7 liter equals 7,000 milliliters, and half a liter would equal 500 milliliters. So we ended up with 7,500 milliliters as our answer. All right, so that's the first one, and that's how we would calculate that. Let's go to the second one. The length of one wall in Mr. Shelby's classroom is 29 feet. What is the length of wall in inches? 29 feet. And we need to change it to inches. All right, so let's go ahead and look over here. We're talking about length. Feet is not meters, so we need to look over here. 1 foot equals 12 inches. All right, so if 1 foot equals 12 inches, remember, if I draw an arrow, like right here, 1 foot goes to 12. How would I do that? How does 1 turn into 12? Times 12, right? So if 1 foot times 12 equals 12 inches, then 29 feet times 12 will tell us how many inches are in 29 feet. So if you want to draw that arrow on your star cheat sheet from 1 to 12 that says times 12, that'll give you a hint of how to get from 1 foot to convert from feet to inches. So 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Second line, 1's place, 0. 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 2 is 2. Let's add it together. We got 348 inches. 348 inches. If you wanted to check it, divide that by 12, and you should get 29. So let's take a look. 348 is one of our answers. All right, so we took 29 feet, and we multiplied it by 12. Remember, you might be thinking like I should be dividing because I'm turning into smaller units, but remember when you're going from feet to inches, you should be ending up with more units. So you need to multiply because you're going to have more. All right. So even though 12 inches is a smaller unit, you'll have more inches than you will feet. 1 foot equals 12 inches. So you should have more inches. All right. Question 3. The length of 2 insects are given below. A ladybug is 10 millimeters. A walking stick is 30 centimeters. What is the difference in length, typo number 2, of these 2 insects in millimeters? They got millimeters right at least. Okay, so we already have our ladybug is in millimeters, 10 millimeters. Our walking stick is not in millimeters. That says, 30 centimeters. So let's remember, meter means metric. So let's look on our metric side. And metric length, here's centimeters and millimeters. So how do I turn a centimeter into a millimeter? Remember, 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeters is what we're looking at over here. So 1 centimeter turns into 10 millimeters by multiplying times 10. 1 turns into 10 by multiplying times 10. So what I'm going to do with my 30 centimeters is I'm going to multiply my 30 centimeters times 10 to find out how many millimeters our walking stick is, and then I can compare the difference between the walking stick and the ladybug. So 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 3 is 3. I mean 0, so second line, 1's place 0. Lots of zeros. Lots and lots of zeros. All right, 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 3 is 3, and we'll just add that together. 300 millimeters. All right, if you wanted to use the zeros trick, remember you can also do it like that. It's kind of a little bit easier. So cover up the 0 on 30 and cover up the 0 on 10. That means 3 times 1 is 3. How many zeros do we cover up? 2. So there we go. Add the 2 zeros back on the end. So there's 2 ways to do it. All right, so let's go back and read our question. What is the difference in length between the 2 insects in millimeters? So we have 300 millimeters minus 10 millimeters. And that will give us, I don't know why I borrowed so many times. Don't do what I did. We're just going to make my error disappear one little bit at a time. One little bit at a time. There we go. Now it looks right. Okay, 0 minus 0 is 0. 10 minus 1 is 9. 2 minus nothing is 2. So, obviously, 300 minus 10 is 290. But there are some answers that are way too big. There's some answers that are way too small. All right, we got our answer. That's basically our Goldilocks answer. It's just right. All right, so once again, what we did is we turned 30 centimeters into millimeters by multiplying times 10. So 30 centimeters turned into 300 millimeters, and then 300 millimeters minus 10 millimeters equal 290 millimeters. All right, question 4, how do you feel about measurement conversions? Whichever one you feel. Remember, if you click one of them, it's going to give you just like a little bit of credit, but I will give you the full credit. Whenever I go over it. But yeah, just tell us how you feel. It's a good way for us to know as your teachers, like if we need to go over the same topic some more, or if you're all good. So right now, where are you at? All right. Okay, and then finally, question 5. Explain how to find the number of feet in 384 inches. All right, so you can use the stem to find the number of feet in 384 inches. First, you have to, all right, here we go. To find the number of feet in 384 inches. First, you have to look at your reference guide. Yeah, and then for customary conversions, I would decide to use, we're changing from feet to inches. So foot to inches means multiply by 12 because we're going from a bigger unit to a smaller unit. So I would decide to use multiplication to change feet 2 inches by multiplying my feet by 12. Oh, that's 122. There you go. To find the number of feet in 384 inches, you would first have to... Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Johnson got that backwards. Am I going from feet to inches? Or am I going from inches to feet? So, to find the number of feet in 384 inches. So I need to go to inches to feet. Inches to feet. How do I turn 12 into 1? Can I turn 12 into 1 through division? Yes, I can. So by dividing my feet by 12, and I would use a division. Remember, if you're going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, you're going to divide. All right. And so what I mean by that is if we had 384 inches and we're trying to find out how many feet, we take the number of inches, divide it by how many inches are in a foot. So 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 2 is 24. That leaves us with remainder 0. So it looks like, once again, there are 32 feet in 384 inches. So that's how we would figure that out. We would take the number of inches, divide it into groups of 12, and that will tell you how many feet there are. So once again, if you're using your star reference guide, how do I turn 12 into 1? I would divide by 12. So just think of how you can turn either the number on the right into the number on the left, or the number on the left into the number on the right, and that will determine if you're multiplying or dividing. If you're going backwards, you're dividing. If you're going forwards, you're multiplying. All right, so that should finish up your quiz. It's not like a quiz grade, but it's just kind of like a practice quiz. Tomorrow you'll do a quiz like this, and it will be for a grade. So use the things that you learned today to help you have success tomorrow. I hope this is making sense to you. I hope that you're, having a good time with this. I think it's pretty fun. I was listening to Miss Cole's class yesterday, and they were learning the same thing, and I showed a vocabulary yesterday that some of y'all saw in 3rd grade. So I know y'all have been doing this before, and according to your 6th grade reference materials, you're not going to be done with it yet. According to your 7th grade reference materials, you're still going to be working with measurement. So please make sure that you're realizing that this is not going away. It didn't go away after 3rd grade. It didn't go away after 4th grade. It didn't go away after 5th grade. And then one day you're going to be like redecorating your house, and you're going to have to figure out calculations for like yards and feet and all that kind of stuff. So, you'll use it one day. For now, just get familiar with your star reference guide and you'll be good. So I hope you have a good day. Talk to your teachers if you need any help. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. And yeah, may the 4th be with you. I'll see you later. Bye.